Teach them. Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
broadcasting
live.
We will broadcast
live. This is ExtraClass, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of ExtraClass, the Father's Day edition. I trust that all the fathers out there, you have been having a wonderful day. For all the people who are hearing of my voice and seeing my face, I trust that you, along with your family, you are doing well. Peeps, big up on yourself. Happy Sunday. Co-host, big up yourself. Your internet not.
Yes, right. As I switch over, the internet just gets shaky. Good night, guys. Good night. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. I hope you had a lovely day. I'm looking forward to having an even more lovely night. And to everyone else, I hope you're in a good frame of mind and you are rested and ready for the working world tomorrow morning. Fathers, don't do too much tonight. Remember tomorrow's work, all right?
So no sleep, father, sleep at night time, you mean? Don't do much sleeping?
Don't sleep. Yeah, you realize sometimes if you sleep too much, when you get up, you feel exhausted.
I think that's why I'm exhausted when I get up still, but alright.
Well, I don't know what your night entails.
I pay rent during the night.
I don't know. You may say that, but who am I to say that's the truth or that you're lying?
Anyways, I need your father to come check for your internet. It's shaky.
If my father check for the internet and bash him good.
Peace, big up on yourself.
I'm
I plan for Terry tonight. I have interview tomorrow. I have interview for edit for Tuesday. You understand? Work tomorrow. You know where maths go. You see him? Peeps, we're there. So all of the fathers and we are checking, we are locking, we are clocking. Big up on the damn self. You understand? We're not talking about the man them have a youth, we are talking about the fathers them, the man them we have play them role. You understand? For the man them we are playing a role tonight when I get school. You see him? Yeah, man. Big up the ones that we answer. And for the ones that we're not father yet, but play roles of responsibility in their siblings and their nieces and nephews' lives and youth in the community. Big up on yourself, said way. Yeah, big up on yourself, same way, man. You understand? It's like we say a G today and at the stoplight. Right? I think at the stoplight at the Canadian embassy, but he is physically challenged. Zane, so you know him a hustle. You see me? So I give him a thing. You understand? So when we give him a thing, him say, Happy Father's Day. So, I say, Let me say, well, I don't know if I'm a father. Man say, yeah, man, I'm a father to man. I have a 2-year-old. Yeah, so big up to all our man about there. We also for the youths, them. You understand? And for themselves, said we had thing. You know, because I guess I was wrong because looking at his physical, yeah, man, I said, no, G, man, me look a girl, but yeah, so lesson of the day, don't assume. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. All right. Speaking about fathers, speaking about men, the country continue to lose same. In some instances, some of them are criminal, but we also continue to lose productive members of the society via violence and also very frequently via motor vehicle accidents. And in the past 7 days, the past week, not over 7 males perish in motor vehicle crashes in a 1 week period ending June 17. Yeah, so it's like one a day, basically, if you do the maths. So on a way, but I saw it stay. You see? And thing, go up on the side. So 7 more Jamaicans, all males, perished on the nation's roads during the 1 week period, June 11th to 17th. This according to the latest statistics from the Road Safety Unit. So the latest road fatalities include 3 drivers of private motor cars, a passenger of a private motor car, a pedal cyclist, 1 pedestrian, and a motorcyclist. The ages of the victims are between 23 and 36. Age that would fall in the labor force, isn't it?
Yeah.
Since the start of the year, males have accounted for 86% of all road fatalities, while females account for the remaining 14%. Yeah, because as man, we are driving like we're not sensible. You understand what I say? Every man a drive fast, every man a bad driver. Meanwhile, a total of 222 people have been killed in 197 fatal crashes since the start of the year. So during the period, you want to reset the thing and forward back. During the period, fatal crashes decreased by 1%, while fatalities remain the same when compared with the similar period in 2021. So with 61 deaths, motorcyclists account for the majority of road fatalities since the start of the year, making up 27% of the victims, because them are ride like them not sensible, and 99% of bikers don't wear helmets. Based on my observation across this country, I've been to many parishes and I've seen many motorcyclists, and 99% of them don't wear helmets.
Far and few in the queue.
This group is followed by drivers of private motor cars with 24% of the 54 deaths. Pedestrian come next at 20% of or 44 fatalities since the start of the year, followed by passengers of private motor cars with 29 deaths, representing 13% of all road users killed as at June 17. So the group classified as vulnerable road users includes pedestrians, pedal cyclists, motorcyclists, and pillion riders. When combined, so that is the vulnerable category, when combined, they account for 55% of road users killed as at June 17, said the Road Safety Unit. So again, on Father's Day, I want to tell the man them, slow down family man. Be patient, because impatience and speed are the 2 biggest problems on the roadways. We are very impatient and we always a race to go somewhere. I don't know why. You understand what I say? And as such, many males are being robbed off from the population early. Many families are losing their breadwinners. Many children are losing their fathers. You understand? The labor force is losing productive members of the society. Slow down, the man. Zane, be patient, the man. Be considerate, to know. And be defensive in your driving, the family. It's like, I don't know. And lower the phone thing when you drive, man. If you have to make a phone call, you pull over and make your phone call. Because many of us are unable to multitask like that. And it is not supposed to happen. You understand? It is not supposed to happen. Like, many accidents occur because we are using our phones, or paying attention to our phones, or not paying attention to the road. Zane? And sometimes when you go kill yourself and people can kill you.
Somebody kill you. You go boy, you could.
Yeah, grow. Why? He thinks that way. A man can slam up in your vehicle, brethren. It's rough. Man them. Ladies, because some of the ladies, you understand, involved in it too. On a slow down. You understand? Use the roads properly. Zane, and boy, I mean, I know. 7 meals in 7 days in a 1 a day, you know?
That's a lot.
Come like a vitamin pill. Set away. Zane, good night, Empress. Jobless. Big up to the ones, all the fathers in the building, big up on yourself. You understand? And all the good sons, big up on yourself, you know, because he's a good son means you probably have a good father somewhere along your line. You understand? And the good daughters, No, so choose a Father's Day, like. You talk
Then
about father and the son,
daughter, you might have a
brother, Mother's Day, talk about that.
That is so, like, we don't even know you rationalize that. But
Yeah, we're proper attire, right? Alright, so all the good daughters, them big up on yourself, too.
Yes, you have a good
Satisfied now?
Somewhere
there. Well, big up the good daughters and the good sons, and we have good fathers, because I know all we have that neither. You understand? I think he's a good son, you know. Yeah, man.
Okay.
What says you?
That you're a good son?
Right.
I don't think I'm in the capacity to judge that. So let me not. I wouldn't want
Okay.
to assume
Okay.
anything.
Oh, okay. 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 Okay.
I'm a okay daughter.
Fair enough. You're an okay daughter. Say so.
Yes. Says me.
Says
I
you.
wouldn't go as far as
And
to say good.
that is a problem right there, so is
I'm
you say
okay.
it. Black Mamba, happy Father's Day teach and all the fathers on the stream. Enough blessings. Yeah man, give thanks man. Blessings. You see it? Yep. And big up to all of the ladies them who take care of the fathers them today, you know. You understand? Because we have this thing in Jamaica, let me cuss a little bit before we move on. We have this thing in
Yeah.
Jamaica, hold on a man, you have to cuss a little sometimes. See? Oh, fathers are not present and fathers are not supporting their children. And I can speak of so many different instances where they have made it difficult for fathers to be present. You understand? For example, as me say again, when Amir was to be born, see? Me did you know, after me pay like penthouse suite and a hotel, house and land money. See? Me hear say me can stay with my son mother through the night. You understand? Remember say
I
she have a
remember.
room for herself, you know. See? About 11, 12 o'clock in the night, me have left go my yard, you know. That time my mind a labor, you know. Yeah, well, she didn't have labor yet still, but she did start. That's something. You understand what I'm saying? Boom, so. Got in pediatrician. You know, and we try not to do clinic thing. Yeah, no disrespect to clinic still, but pediatrician when you got there, only one parent can go in, you know. You understand? And at that point in time, which parent they want to see? The mother. Then say no, father to be present, and when fathers are present, it's a problem.
But in that time, it was COVID. That's why you weren't allowed, wasn't it?
Brother, nobody never did it. About 3 people
I
in that
know that.
place.
But I am saying in that time. Can you
It's
remember
there,
I
let
come
me
get
in.
you?
What you mean? Me come there
I am
with my
not saying
child.
no, you know. Oh, you're talking after I was born.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about
I'm saying me get a pediatrician for 6 months check up.
no. COVID, man. On a regular, you would be allowed in.
So me I say, if you don't want fathers to be present, you start make it a challenge when fathers are there. That's all me I say. You understand? Happy Father's Day, bro. Buy a beer. Give thanks, you know. I can buy a few beers. Manners and respect Empress Rose. I appreciate that something. You know what I mean? Big up yourself every time. Happy Father's Day to you, teach. I hope they didn't just get you a pair of socks. No. No. We tell you something like socks thing, boss.
Yes, man. You wear socks?
Sometime. When I play football. And when I work out. But generally, I when we work, when we go to school, when we go, you understand, but like if me I go out, me I wear socks go. You understand? But no socks this year, father, you hurt. Yeah, boy, that's funny. This! Big up yourself, you know, you. Cost my brother. Even to everyone. Scotty British. Not stupidness. I don't think so. Alright. Gun found on the old truck in Spanish Town. So a police team on Saturday seized a firearm with a magazine and 3 9mm rounds of ammunition during an operation on Valdez Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The police report that about 4:30 p.m., cops were in the area when an ExtraClass submachine gun, a magazine and 3 9mm rounds of ammunition were found under an old truck. The gun must be mechanic. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. And thing. So, that's one more gun. Ammunition seized in St. Andrew, man charged, and the teen in custody. Yes, I'll see him. The police are reporting the seizure of a magazine with 10 9mm rounds of ammunition along Distribution. You have one place? Distribution Boulevard. I first met about that place. Distribution Boulevard in St. Andrew, and the arrest and charge of a man. You learn something new every day. 35-year-old Edley Ennis of Chester Avenue, Kingston 11 has been charged with illegal possession of firearm. Of ammunition. We just use this as firearm and ammunition. Of ammunition and assault at common law. The police say Ennis and a teen boy were accosted in relation to the incident which happened on Friday. Reports from the Hunts Bay police at about 9 a.m. Lawmen received information that a man was seen chasing another with a firearm. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Ennis and the team were apprehended. Both were searched, and the magazine with the ammunition was found in Ennis's possession, according to the police. They were taken into custody where Ennis was charged. So, what they gun there? I don't think a magazine him did I run on youth with. Alone. So, I don't know if I stash in such a gun when him probably. You understand what I'm saying? No. Andrew Spence. Good evening, Teeth. Scotty and family. Blessings. Sheena. Good night, Sheena. How are you? It's always good to see you there. Zane S. Lewis. Teach I want Poil Picnic. Me!
Who said that?
S. Lewis. S. Lewis.
Okay. Maybe they know something.
Well, it's not me. It must be another teacher. It's not this teach. Good evening. Oh, is it that already? Yeah, man. I'm better, but very tired. Okay, it's good to hear that you're feeling better, Lady MS. You see me? Auntie. Get some rest, man. Relax. You see me? Man, so me that spoiled child. Yo! No. Alright, so you know the SOE thing continues to rage on the debate for and against, and especially with the court ruling. And we'll talk about the court ruling in a few because of a development since Friday night. Because when I did the article, I heard that the gentleman was a taxi operator. Now it turns out that him have a rap sheet where can wrap me up. You understand? But we'll get around to that. And I'm not saying that to say any. I'm just saying we'll put context to the situation and share information. You see me? Anyone can be a father, but it takes a special person to be a dad. Remember that. Or anybody can be a dad, but takes special to be a father. Which way around? Which way? Just like I was saying, anybody can be baby mother and baby father, but and everybody a parent. Which way are the right way? Is a dad or a father? I mean, they want things. You're a father. You understand what I'm saying? Be a dad. Well, I don't know ya, man, but anyway, you think you're right way, G, give thanks. So, while some people will always be opposed to the declaration and imposition of a state of emergency, there are some residents in Spanish Town who are actually happy that it was declared. No, Scotty, your internet though.
I'm going to reset.
Yeah, man, please do that. Boom. Yes, so some Spanish Town residents welcome SOE. Scotty background noisy. Look how you think quiet now. What? So some residents of Spanish Town in St. Catherine have welcomed the state of public emergency that was declared for the parish on Friday. So the residents who spoke with reporters said the security measure will help to curb the surge in crime. Now, a resident, Nicola Evans Brown, also called for more patrol by the security forces outside of the state of emergency. Well, the state of emergency. We have police and soldiers patrolling the place during SOE. Why can't they do that on a regular basis, she questioned. Now, business operator Janice Campbell added that there is need for a police station in the Spanish Town Market District, which was the scene of a deadly shooting on Tuesday. So you're going to have a police station down at Hospital Gate, there, so, near Hospital Gate, there, so, then one Market District. I don't think that really and truly feasible still. You understand? Unless you go and move one from down there, so car go up there, so. You see? And space really up there so for that. I don't know if that is really and truly feasible still. Should there be more patrols there? Yeah, probably have a police post, but I don't think you can have two police stations so close to them one another. So, I don't know. But this is me speaking still. I am not a technocrat or you understand what I'm saying? So I will continue. So business operator Janice Campbell added that there is need for a police station in the Spanish Town Market District, which was the scene of a deadly shooting on Tuesday. The station was completely removed from Hanover Street. Hence is what you are seeing right now. So there was a station. So hold on. There was a station on Hanover Street before. So all right. And let me clear up this. So the people them from Spain. So there was a station on Hanover Street and one near Hospital Gate, or is the one from Hanover Street go down to near Hospital Gate? Cause I'm not sure. You understand? You cannot have a station on Burke Road so far from the action in the market area. So once you have another substation or a post, okay, a post, fine. That would be good. Several persons have been detained for questioning since the declaration of a state of emergency in St. Catherine. and thing. Big up. DA News TV. Blessings family. Zane, Sincere TV, good night. Blessings everybody. Nix, happy Father's Day to the fathers in Teach community. Yeah man, we echo the sentiments there. Zane, auntie. Teach, you have call Sasko father and big him up, because of your daddy. Then me and Sasko no boy same age, bro. So then it's gonna only be my father. Yeah, another street shut down and merge to the one near hospital. Blue seams merge with red. Oh. Always something new for learning. And thanks, Richie. Happy Father's Day, bro. It is not the state of emergency is the problem. It's the detention of persons, period, without any charges. Yeah, man, some people have issues with the state of emergency today and drain, as it is. You understand? Based on stories that I have covered and my observation. So yes, that is a big part of the problem that you have mentioned, but I think some people genuinely have an issue with SOE as well. As with anything. Another street, all station moved to Burke Road in the 80s stage. Alright, blessings Father Alton, give thanks. Xavier, man, as I respect you now. Yeah man, I learned tonight. So I want a teacher. You see me? Okay, so I understand the need for probably a police post to be, in the heart of the town. You understand what I say? Well, they say in the market district, so, but you can't really have two police stations so close by this. The resources I don't think is enough to treat with that. See? And thing. So 3 wanted men are among 11 detained so far in the state of emergency. When you say detain or SOE these days, you have to scratch your head as a taxpayer, because 3 wanted men are reportedly among 11 people detained since the declaration of the state of emergency in St. Catherine on Friday. This was revealed by Superintendent Hopeton Nicholson, ground commander for the state of emergency. He said the men were wanted for murders and sexual offenses. Now, Superintendent Nicholson said that 6 of the detainees remain in custody, while 5 have been released. Oh, them are released people quick, you know. He said 2 illegal firearms were also seized by the police. And these things. Griffith Walters, go on broski, pick up yourself, Mothers and respect, you know what I mean? Yeah, and people, some people get upset when me shout out people in the middle. Like, a Father's Day, so I elegy them. You understand? No bear with me today. You see, don't get too miserable like. Yes. Auntie, let's get your car back around or something. See how she look. She look like she beard. See how you look. See if you look beard like. Oh yeah, you look beard. Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Yeah man, you look much better, you know. Well, it's still a stick, but I could go and work with it.
Going in and out.
Yeah man, I could go and work with it. I saw you go. There's one particular topic where if you just in and out, you just go in the background and me up front. Because I say, I want to cut out that out of the stream for post by itself. You understand? And thing. So woman gets 3 passports using different names. How will she be? Oh, she one lucky sir. Yo, a joke together. A Clarendon woman who applied for and obtained 3 Jamaican passports using different names was yesterday fined $330,000 in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. Dorothy Ellis, I wonder if it's Dorothy right name, that is one of the 3, pleaded guilty to 3 counts of making a false declaration and 3 counts of obtaining passport by forged documents. After being arraigned, Ellis expressed regret for committing the offenses. Ellis expressed regret for committing the offenses and begged for leniency from senior parish judge Lorian Cole Montague. But mama, and I like a 1 time, a 2 time you get, a 3 time you do it, mama. And I like a 1 time you do it and get catch. Yeah, say. You do it, boy, I tell you. To be honest to you, ma'am, Your Honor. This is Lady Ellis. To be honest to you, ma'am, Your Honor, you know what happened? Somebody wants to go to America and look a better life. But Your Honor, it never worked out for me. Your Honor, I am sorry. 100 times I am sorry. I am asking for some mercy from you. Ellis pleaded. Ellis sound like a very manageable lady still. The senior judge indicated that she would extend the mercy of not sending Ellis to prison, but would instead impose fines. Oh, the judge have a little compassion like. Some people not gonna love that still either. It was shared with the court that in February of 2003, Ellis applied for and obtained a passport. Alright, sis. You're there, you know, so you can talk and thing, but you don't look nice. So yeah, what? In February of 2003, Ellis applied for and obtained a passport using the name Idel Hernetta McIntosh. What a name she make. In November of that same year, she again applied for and obtained a passport, this time using the name Rose Morrison. Yeah, short name man, and catchy. The court heard further that Ellis, on another occasion, applied for and obtained a passport in the name of Rose Jacqueline Lewin. She had a long name these days. You know, I don't understand. Everybody want the opportunity, but when you do something like this, it makes it very hard for some people to get visa, Cole Montague said. On each count of making a false declaration, Ellis was fined $50,000 or will serve 6 months imprisonment. While for each count of obtaining passport by forged documents, the defendant was fined $60,000 or the alternative of 9 months imprisonment. And Ellis was given a month to pay the fines with a surety. But this is my thing. People don't normally forge. Like, if you apply for your passport to get a passport, like, I don't like say, you know people who apply for passport and I get it?
Mm-mm.
So why would you forge
the visa, they used to do the visa forgery.
Right, I understand the visa part, but I know visa, passport. See, let me look on it again. Woman gets three passports using different names. Oh, forget the visa. So she have to falsify her thing because her... Oh, I see what I go.
Maybe.
Yeah, possible. You're probably right. Yes. Don't tell me Clarendon. Wonder whose names are those. Okay. Anting. Leo Fire, big up yourself, you know. Private figure, manners and respect. Dillian, want to go on Sir Simpson? All is well. Lady Clarke, it's good to see you. Haven't seen you in donkey years. You understand? You know donkey years long? Long years them there. Hope all is well. Father Larry Burke, happy Father's Day, teacher, and the rest of the father of the high class. Blessings in the Father Burke. Happy Father's Day to you too, my brother. Hope all is well. Chris Zilla, big up yourself, teach. Also the Empress. Empress, big up yourself. Big up yourself in the Father Chris. Father Delroy Stewart. You understand? So we just heal some people tonight. You understand what I say? Yeah. Okay, right. So 3 charged following Orange Street shootout. So 3 men who engaged the police in a shootout on Orange Street, downtown Kingston on Tuesday, June 7th have been charged. The police say 3 firearms and a quantity of ammunition were also seized. So the men were charged. So the men charged are identified as 20-year-old Daquan Black, otherwise called Spuddy, 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 of Tivoli Gardens. You hear the man them age? 20-year-old Kevin Mattis of Barnes Road in Rockfort, and the 24-year-old Anthony Wright, otherwise called Junior of Regent Street. They are charged with shooting with intent, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, and malicious destruction of property. So reports are that members of the Metro Quick Response Unit from the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, PSTEB, were on patrol in the area when they responded to explosions heard. There was an exchange of gunfire during which Black was injured. A taxi operator's vehicle was also damaged during the gun battle. All 3 men were subsequently arrested, so nobody escaped the nearby bushes this time. The police seized 2 9mm Taurus pistols and 1 Glock 9mm pistol, 15 rounds of ammunition, and 3.45 rounds. The men were charged following interviews in the presence of their attorneys. Their court date is being finalized. Yo, it's a major thing that, you know, 3 men, 3 guns. It's a good day. It's a good day's work that, you know. Big up to the police. Yeah, it's a good day at the office that, man. We give thanks. You understand? Yeah, man. A good day's work that. Is it me? Come like when Miss G passed through. Good things. Man confessed to murdering businessman in plea deal gets 17 years. You them need real fathers around to grow them. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, not the mothers who are fathers and mothers. Yes, pick up myself with a broski. Lady, stop teach. Some manners and respect. Blessings every time. The youths them not learning. Boy, they enjoy Jaja. A man who struck a deal and pleaded guilty to murdering Payless Carmart operator Robert Mendez in 2014 has been sentenced to 17 years in prison. But John Jarrett will not be eligible for parole until he serves 15 years. Jarrett was charged facing, there's an error in this. So Jarrett was facing charges of illegal possession of firearm, murder and attempted larceny arising from the killing on April 1st, 2014. Scotty birthday that in St. Andrew, Tom Fool Day. He confessed to the gun and murder allegations when he appeared before the Home Circuit Court on Wednesday, based on a plea deal between the prosecution and the defense. Now, Justice Vinette Graham, let me say it properly. Justice Vinette Graham Allen then sentenced him to 15 years in prison on the gun charge and 17 years for murder, according to statements issued by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. So the prosecution offered no evidence against Jarrett for the offense of attempted larceny from the person as a condition of the plea agreement. Jarrett was not the actual shooter in the case, but was implicated because of his participation. I remember when that happened, the CCTV footage was all around, but I never saw it on YouTube yet, so I don't have it. You understand? Yeah, man, I will tell you what going on. I read it and tell you. Jarrett was not the actual shooter in the case, but was implicated, we say, because of his participation. Now, in 2020, the triggerman, Bertram Jenkins, otherwise called Heavy D, pleaded guilty to murder and was sentenced to 27 years and 7 months in prison. He won't be eligible for parole until after 15 years behind bar. He get parole possibility early though. And I think Bertram was deported from Canada in 2015 because he had fled the island after the CCTV footage was released and the police were looking for him. So he was deported to Jamaica in 20. I am almost 100% certain of that. See? Alright, so show what they say now. So Jarrett was represented by attorney at law Diane Jobson. Diane name or Dobson? Alright, Diane. Acting Assistant Director of Public Prosecution Celine Ogilvy represented and lead the case for the Crown. So Mendez, 41, was shot dead by two men who posed as customers at his car mart on Maxfield Avenue. Jaja. Stop kick down something now, brother.
I'm not kidding.
No, so these are the facts in the case. On April 1, Scotty birthday, 2014, about 8:50 a.m., the accused, Jarrett, and former co-accused Bertram Jenkins, who has previously pleaded guilty to the murder, went to the Payless Motors Limited business place of the deceased, Mr. Robert Mendez, located off Maxfield Avenue. I was Scotty gone. She not even say she are going. Zane? So I'm going to continue reading this. Jay, I'm soon talk to you. Big up yourself. Give me a minute. Both accused then went outside with the deceased, where former co-accused Jenkins was seen conversing with the deceased. Thereafter, all three men returned to the office where the deceased went into his office with a female customer. Both accused waited outside the office in the lobby, where former co-accused Jenkins had a black laptop bag in his possession. After the female customer exited the office, the deceased then escorted both men into his office to discuss the purchase of a car. After about 2 to 3 minutes of discussion relating to Jenkins purchasing a car, Jenkins took out a firearm from his laptop bag and shot the deceased in the head. Thereafter, the co-accused, Jenkins, stole the deceased's licensed firearm, which was a 9mm pistol from his waistband. Both co-accused and accused Well, both co-accused and accused left the office, and the accused, Jarrett, returned to the deceased's office and tried, and tried to remove a bracelet from the deceased's hand, but was unsuccessful. During conversation between Jenkins and the deceased in the office, Jarrett was observed looking around the office and out the window in an uneasy manner. The entire incident was captured on a CCTV in the deceased office that was made available to the Crown and the defense. I want long story, I can't get into all that, but they have both been convicted. One of them became, I guess, state witness as he cut a deal with the prosecution. He wasn't the shooter, he was the accomplice. He got 17 years after serve 15. The shooter got 27 years, but will have to serve 15 before being eligible for parole. 876J, thanks for the contribution, my brother. If the man is a father, happy Father's Day, and big up yourself, you know what I mean? Josie, yes, happy Father's Day to the Montana family. Give thanks, man. You know what I mean? The old police station was on Hanover Street. Yeah, man, for me 2 cents. Some people kind of match it out for me a long time, man. Give thanks, man. I appreciate it. You see? Empress Cookie, how are you? Yeah, man. And thing. No, so this particular thing now, peeps, I want to talk about it. So on Friday night, we spoke about the government losing against a man, I think his name is Roshaine Clarke, in the Constitutional Court, and they were told that they have to pay damages of $18 million as the court ruled that they would have violated Mr. Clarke's constitutional rights by detaining him indefinitely during a state of emergency that was declared in St. James. Now, so this is a bit of backstory on Mr. Clarke. So millions in damages awarded to reputed gang leader stirs discord in law enforcement circles. So the order by the Constitutional Court on Friday that the state is to pay almost $18 million for the extended period of a reputed gang leader for the extended detention. Let me do that again. So the order by the Constitutional Court on Friday that the state is to pay almost $18 million for the extended detention of a reputed gang leader and the former murder accused, Roshaine Clarke, is sending shockwaves through sections of law enforcement. Now, Clarke is otherwise called CJ. In 2016, the police reported that Clarke was the leader of the Western Jamaica-based Jesus Crusaders gang. He was detained in connection with the murder of 28-year-old Jermaine Brown, otherwise called Buddy, who was shot and killed in Barrett Hall, St. James in June of 2016. Brown was found lying face down in a pool of blood on a dirt road with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, allegations are that prior to the murder, Clarke had threatened Brown and accused him of being a member of the rival Jamal gang. Clarke denied the allegations and was subsequently released. The police say the murder of Brown had led to a bloody feud and several murders in the Barrett Hall and Wagon Wheel areas of St. James. At one point, when the case was before the court, Clarke was released on bail and ordered not to be seen in the Barrett Hall area of St. James. Now, prior to that incident, Clarke was no stranger to law enforcement. In 2010, he was arrested and charged for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, but was freed of the charge. In 2014, he was also charged with breaching the country's lottery scamming laws and was placed before the court for a gun offense. The outcome of those two cases are not immediately clear. Clarke had also denied wrongdoing in connection with those two charges. Clarke was then detained in 2018 amidst an upsurge of violence in Barrett Hall. However, he was not charged with a crime. The Constitutional Court ruled that Clarke's constitutional rights were breached and that he is to be awarded a total of $17.86 million, inclusive of compensatory, vindicatory, and aggravated damages. So the ruling has stirred discussion in high-level law enforcement circles as the police are contemplating their next move as they seek to reduce tension between the Jesus Crusaders and Jamal gangs. Now, meanwhile, Queen's Counsel Michael Hilton, who successfully carried the case on behalf of Roshaine Clarke, said the court found, why I'm here make so much time in the office, said the court found that his right to liberty was unduly abrogated due to the actions of the security forces. QC Hamilton also says the security forces' detention of Mr. Clarke, long after a tribunal ruled that he be released, was the most egregious breach of all. I also think, off the top of my head, that Mr. Queen's Counsel Michael Hilton served as Solicitor General, Attorney General in 2001. I am not entirely sure, but I think so. Don't quote me on it still, but I'll double check to ensure that that is the case. Yes. No. So this is it. That is the backstory on Mr. Clarke. He has been charged multiple times, but had never been convicted. And during the state of emergency, he was again detained, but was never charged. And a tribunal had ruled that he be released, I think with others, but he also was held in detention. I don't know why the police felt they needed to keep him in detention after the tribunal ruled that he be released. I guess that's a question for members of the police force to answer as to why he was still in custody, in detention, having not been charged and having not been taken in front of the courts. So there is that. So despite the rap sheet, he has never been convicted, and he took the government to court and he was awarded almost $18 million. He is allegedly a gang leader as per the police, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. The conversation surrounding the possibility of more people coming forward to take the government to court over the extended detentions, illegal detentions now, as per the court ruling, continues, and many people fear that teacher which party in power back home. I mean, at this moment, I think you're referring to now. That would be the Jamaica Labour Party. You see me? So as taxpayers, we have to be sitting on the edge now, watching to see what will happen, because as Mr. Clarke has won his lawsuit for violation of his constitutional rights, I'm sure that quite a number of other people are out there who were detained for extended, protracted periods of time during the SOE may also be contemplating same. You understand? So, yeah. So one side of it is to say that he has been in run-ins with the law many a times, but another side of it is that you can't detain a man indefinitely based on what the courts are saying. You understand? Without charging him, without bringing him in front of the court. And taxpayers are the ones who will have to foot that $18 million bill and any such bill that may emerge as this thing continue to unfold and unravel. And in light of the declaration of the state of emergency on Friday, more questions are being asked. I saw an article where the new Attorney General said that the government had adjusted or amended or modified the body of laws governing SOEs and detention and such. So I don't know. So we're watching to see how it goes. You understand? Yep. Jamaica fire, innit? Will McPherson, good night, my friend. Thanks very much. If the man is a father, happy Father's Day to you as well. Mr. Trying to hit that. Blessings in the family. Yeah, man. Keep trying to hit it. Hope you hit it. You understand? $5 jerk, man. He will be back in police and soon. Paul Reed said, I will enjoy the money. Larry Burke, the regulation. That is the word, Father Burke. Give thanks. There's a be bright people out here. Don't vex with the people, because if them win, them win. So vex with the people, them we are cause pay the money. Yeah, which is right. You understand what I mean? I say? And as I said, the question that I would ask the security forces in relation to this particular case, after the tribunal had ruled that Mr. Clarke and others be released because it was unconstitutional to keep them for so long, why then were they still held in detention if the courts have released them? You see me? Auntie. So, there's that. You can't go around that. The tribunal, not the court. The tribunal say release them. So, on what grounds did you continue to hold Mr. Clarke and others if the tribunal say release them? After having them for an inordinately long time without laying any charges against them, without taking them to court. So, irrespective of how we feel about some of the men who were in detention, it can't happen like that. Like, the law say X, so the law say X. And the laws are there to protect all Jamaican citizens. You understand? The good citizens and the bad citizens are just so the law work. You understand? So, if the tribunal came into play and the tribunal say release, did the police have cause not to release? And if so, what were those concerns that the police force had at the time? The police officers who were treating with the situation in St. James and the high command of the police, what reasons did they have? Cause they may have reasons, I don't know, that's why I'm asking. So did they not feel it was wise to release Mr. Clarke at the time, and if so, why not? You see me? So these are questions that, you know, it would be good to get answers for, but they did not release him and they continue the detention of him, and taxpayers will now have to foot that $18 million bill and possibly more in the future. So I know if Jamaica is looking for a reduction in crime, I believe a lot of people's freedoms will be compromised to satisfy the crime reduction. So yes, Friday night, you came in the stream Friday night, we were discussing that same thing. And we're saying that the truth is that as citizens, we may really and truly have to consider giving up a few things in order for the greater good. But are we willing to do that? And how much are we willing to do? But that is a fair situation. Mr. Paul Reed, I am not sure who you are and such. I wouldn't just add you to the live like that. That would have to be something that we discussed before the live, my friend. You understand? So Larry said new intelligence. Possibly. But was that made known in the court? And if so, how did the court treat it? Well, we know how the court would have treated with that, because Mr. Clarke was awarded damages, seeing and thing. So would have to make arrangements for that, Mr. Reed, in the future going forward. But that's not something that I would do now without, you know, background checks and doing the right thing. You understand? We kind of have a look up brand where we kind of not really play with. So you have to go link up after the show, and then we do our next show one of them time and we see it. You see it? But if you are in fact the gentleman who was awarded same, it would be interesting to have a conversation with you for sure. You see me? So yeah. But that is where we are. As I said, well, Mr. Clarke would have been no stranger to law enforcement prior to 2018 based on what the report is saying. But we are now where we are, and yeah. All right, Father, you know, say a word. So do the maths and we see how it go. You see me? But I couldn't just, you know, just arbitrarily just bring in somebody in the stream now because and we don't know the person like that. We haven't spoken before like that. So yeah. So yeah, peeps. That is it. We'll watch and see how it unfolds and how things develop going forward and such. Wondering out loud if this tribunal could look at situation again. I think you mean Nzinga. I don't know. So yeah. I don't know if I saw or exactly how the tribunals work and thing. So I don't know. I can't say yeah or nay. You see? Which rights of the regular law-abiding citizen would be affected? Well, just like the detention situation, Father Alton, extended periods of detention, plus some other things I can't speak of at the top of my head. Those things, having not heard it from the police, Zane, and things are no. Yeah, man, and thing. No, bro, we not do them things, man. We not do them things. The teacher and the police need to do better investigation. $5 jerk, man. Blessings. If you were here Friday night when I was treating with the Chief Justice Brian Sykes and the ongoing Wandan gang trial and the 5 acquittals so far, that was the center of my discussion about investigations in the country and building cases. I agree with you 100%, my friend. You understand? And thing. No, Paul Reed. I'm not going to break the stream for do that right now, bro. As I say, we can do that in the future. You understand? But not tonight. That is something we have to. You understand? Yeah, man. We don't rush things like that neither, bro. You understand? We don't work them way. We work off of order. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And structure. You see me? We don't really get carried away like that. Yeah, man. We never get... Never. Calm, level head. Even if a person is charged, there is one judge for every 150 trials. That is too many cases for one judge to me. Yes. Very good. You said they're on fire tonight, you know. You say when you're in a troublemaking mode and you deal with the thing, you're G, you know. That is true. The judiciary, the capacity of our judiciary has to be improved significantly. Also, the investigative capabilities and resources afforded to investigators has to be increased significantly as well. So there are many things that we have to treat with in the crime fight situation that, you know what I mean, until we deal with those things. And ES is making some extremely good points tonight. And $5 jerk, man. You understand me? I say, Craigis G, big up yourself in the family. Give thanks, man. Happy Father's Day to the man, you know what I mean? And thing. Yes, sir, Rasta. Davey and Douglas, blessings. Yo, the man them on fire tonight, and I lie. DeAndre say every day police break the law in Jamaica. It's rough. It's true, Father Alton. But we are say in order for things to we can't continue treat with crime and violence the same way we have been trying to treat with crime and violence down the years. It has not been working. It has not helped. You understand? It has not made any significant inroads in the reduction or even the stabilization of the crime situation. So if we aim to get different results, we can't keep doing the same things. And the truth is that in order to treat with some of the situations that we're treating with now, as citizens, there have to come a point where we have to say, hey, look here, we have to understand that some sacrifices will have to be made. You understand? And in the short term, we will have to probably operate a little bit differently for the long term. But are we willing to have that conversation? I know when these things come up, people get very emotional and, you know what I mean? Rights. And of course, we're entitled to our rights. But can we continue to treat with the crime situation as we are currently doing and expect to get significant improvement? I don't know. Saying good night, everyone. Good night, good evening to each them, and happy Father's Day to you and all the rest of the men in the chat. Mad thing in the Father Gregory White. Happy Father's Day to the man if him is a father as well, you know. You know the thing, go? They got to change a lot of things. 50 flavor. Agreed. May I enjoy the discussions tonight? You understand? I am really enjoying the discussion in the chat tonight. Very engaging and very no nonsense and on point. See it, me like that. The man them bright tonight. I want to watch a Father's Day. If Father's Day thing bring out the best, yo, you want to celebrate Father's Day every day. You understand? I'm just kidding. The man them normally bright. You understand? But more time, you see me? Most people are not willing to make sacrifices. Yeah. They are noble. They are driving junk to. Yeah, that is true to noble. I think you're referring to the first topic that we treated with. Same reason why I place a lawsuit. I have never been charged for lottery scamming. Okay. Oh, but if so be the case, in the report published by Nationwide, it says Let me say, in 2014, he was also charged with breaching the country's lottery scamming laws and was placed before the court for a gun offense. Okay, so I don't know. Yeah. I am ashamed of the Jamaican government who is governing lack of governance and passing the buck on dancehall artists and music. Auntie, blessing the stage, yeah. So, yeah. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, yeah. We echo that to Empress Rosie. So let's start. I never tried. Well, let's see. Mr. Reed, I guess we'll if you are actually the person, we'll see how that go. But the article was posted, I think, over nationwide, and these are the allegations. The things that were stated there. So yeah. All right. So I could continue. So speaking about lottery scamming cases flood the courts. Police having greater impact on billion-dollar illegal activity. Well, that is one way of looking at it. But also, so you're saying because the courts are flooded with lottery scamming cases, it means that the police are having a greater impact on. That's one way of looking at it. But also, we could say that, I mean, the slap on wrist business means a man come back a court, repeat offenders. So the court system, so it depends on how you look at it. The citizens knows the criminals more than the police. They are our brothers, mothers, uncles, fathers, nephews, cousins, etc. What are we doing to help crime? Rebel White, I have asked that question and me, yeah man, you man they're on fire tonight. I have often and see me kind of try to deal with some things but as much as I like the discussion, I have often said that many of us we say we want justice, but we are only interested in conditional justice. Because yes, we want justice when there's a next man involved when we don't know and are related to it. We want justice. But if somebody we know them a criminal, we not shoot them out. When I shoot them out, I was charged with firearm in 2010. Okay. I was charged for murder in 2011. Win the case in 2012. Okay. Yeah. Well, with the music thing, that's entering the realm of freedom of speech, sticky situation. Yeah, that's our next discussion where we probably need to have via a call-in stream one of them days. I have so many topics for call-in stream that the police also know the violence producers. So the justice system is the main problem in Jamaica. It needs to be changed. There are some many areas of weaknesses that needs to be addressed and fixed. So true. And thing. So yes. Both cases was dismissed in the resident magistrate court in St. James. Scotty get Paul Reed on the schedule and thing. So yeah. Well, make we continue now. As I say, I'm enjoying the discussion. I want to big up on yourself. The man them on fire tonight. Father's Day vibes. Freedom of speech isn't free. Music is influential. Valid point that. Tell us everybody on fire tonight. So I'm going to continue. So, lottery scamming offences, old and new, dominate the case list for Westmoreland Circuit Court, which opened on Monday, June 6th. The elite... Jesus, I'm here, Williams, man. Yo, the man just in my ears. I don't even know which part that was, man. The illegal activity is followed by sexual offences. A grim picture for the parish, which has since the start of this year been rocked by deadly gang feuds. However, the fact that more cases against a lot of scammers are now before the court suggests that the police are having some success in tackling the practice that National Security Minister Dr. Roshaine said is raking in some US $1 billion annually. Not everyone know. Yeah, when I say everyone know in the Alton, but the ones that we know. Yeah, you're correct. So let me read this. Not everyone know what their family members are doing in the streets. One character at home. And fair enough, Father Fisher. Absolutely correct. But we're talking about those family members who know so them family member are criminal. You understand me? I say, man, no, if he want, he will come knock the door. That's a film style now, you understand? So, I don't know, there's so many else I met nice. I don't know, like, I'm here to celebrate Father's Day, bro. Yeah, but now it's so much nicer than me, yes, miss. Now it's so much nicer. I want a little peace for Father's Day, you understand? So, Father Alton, you're correct. Not every family members know that them relatives involved in a certain things. But we're speaking about the ones now that know. Zane, today's Father's Day. He wants you to work for your title. Yo, no. I'm here to see right where it is. Yes, so let's continue. I'll try to focus on this and then we come back to the chat a little bit. So let me get kind of article along. As it stands, this is a term. There are a total of 298 cases listed for mention, of which 193 have been traversed from former sittings. The other 105 are new cases. Sorry, guys. On the traverse list, still having a little cold. There are 64 murder cases compared to 68. There are 68 murder cases compared to 68 cases of possession of identity information, which is an offense under the Law Reform, Fraudulent Transaction Special Provisions Act, more commonly referred to as the lottery scamming law. According to Senior Superintendent of Police Wayne Josephs, the commanding officer for the Westmoreland Division, 42 of the remaining 61 cases on the traverse list are sexual offenses. Are sexual offense matters, with the remaining 19 split between wounding, assault, causing death by dangerous driving, and other offenses. In respect of the 105 new cases, 10 are for murder, 86 are for lotto scam offenses for mention, while the remaining 9 new matters include 8 sexual offense cases, and 1 for arson. According to the Constabulary's Serious Crime Report for Westmoreland for January 1 to June 16 this year, and the comparative period for 2021, there were a total of 46 murders in that space last year this time, compared to 68, so that is what, 22 more murders? 68 for the same period this year, a 47.8% increase. In respect of shootings, there were 58 for the January to June 16 period in 2021 compared to 60, so 2 more shooting incidents this year compared to the same period last year, a 3.4% increase. Now, cases of people being injured for the 2021 period under review total 54 compared to 58, so 4 more this year. For sexual offenses, there were 14 reported for that period in 2021 and 17 so far this year, a 21.4% increase. There were, however, decreases in robberies and break-ins, 32% and 41% respectively. Now, the general age group of the offenders, who are mostly males, range from 20 to 35. The senior superintendent says. You see me? So, the rest of the article long, so we can't get into all of the nitty-gritty, but Westmoreland is struggling and thing. Scotty now come back in our stream. Look like our internet gave up the ghost. Screech joke on me. Right, so yeah. Man. Just give me. We need to stop doing comparative statistics of crime and solve. Empress Janet and no comparison business. Interesting point. Defamation of character. I will sue them for defamation of character. Sanomatic. Big up teacher and the crew. Blessings in a Sana. Scotty British. Happy Father's Day, you know. If you're a father, happy Father's Day to you as well. And thing. Sure. Happy Daddy Day to all the wonderful fathers. Fathers who step up, play. Yeah, if you know your family members are involved in a crime, would you report them to the police? As me find out, Rosie, I have a brother doing time and I didn't report you. I convinced him to turn. Yeah, so well done, Alta. You would have played a role. You understand? Whichever way. I now get Scotty. I wonder if she alright. I now get her straight. I now get her. But teacher, family members admit to knowing about another crime and said nothing. are they not danger of being charged for accessory? I'm not sure. No, I don't think you're not participating in it. Not at all. You know. I don't like I don't know. I don't think I can provide a full answer to that because I am not probably very versed read that. So I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna get Scott. I hope she alright. Andrew, pick up yourself and your family, give thanks. You see me? Auntie. So I don't know. Yeah, but down west there, a lot of problems exist down there, see me. A lot of murders, a lot of shootings, a lot of scamming is still a thing. A lot of rapes continue to occur in Westmoreland. Like, Georgia, boy, I don't even know Rasta, George. So I could continue. So, man scams job seekers out of $1 million. So a man who skimmed $1 million from unsuspecting individuals under the guise that he could secure overseas employment for them was sentenced to 2 years in prison at hard labor. How the people ain't get back their money in the family, plus the 2 years and the hard labor, you know. So senior parish judge Lorian Montague Cole on Tuesday chided the defendant, Nicholas Bryce, when he appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court to be sentenced on 21 counts of obtaining money by means of false pretense and 8 counts of obtaining an overseas job agency without a license, operating an overseas job agency without a license. Oh, you have to have a license to do that? Okay, cool. Huh? What you have done is you have taken advantage of poor, vulnerable persons in this society, especially against the backdrop that we are operating within a pandemic. But what a lot of persons fail to pay attention to is the sacrifices that are made by persons. A lot of persons have to borrow. They have to beg it. And there are some persons who demean themselves. They swallow pride to get it with the hopes of a better life, the judge said. In one instance, a complainant told Bryce that she was seeking a job as a waitress, and he told her she should pay a registration fee of $9,000 and was later given a receipt. On March 17, 2021, the complainant said she was instructed to pay $11,500 for a COVID test, which she did, and was also given a receipt by Bryce. On another occasion, the complainant visited the agency's office at Mullines Road and handed over her documents, and was told to pay $40,000 to secure a work permit. She was given a receipt and was told her application would be processed. However, when she started experiencing problems with getting a work permit, she asked Bryce for a refund. The matter was reported to the police after he failed to pay over the money. So when I consider the sentence that is to be passed, it must be a sentence that sends the right message, the senior jurist indicated. On each count of obtaining money by means of false pretense, the 29-year-old was sentenced to 18 months imprisonment at hard labor. In relation to the counts of operating an overseas job agency without a license, Bryce was sentenced to 6 months imprisonment at hard labor. The sentences are to run concurrently. She also made a restitution order that Bryce is to repay $1.4 million to the complainants. Jaja. Sharon, it seems good night. How are you? I am not so bad enough. I'm recovering from some form of sickness, yes, sir. Me I say a flu. But we give thanks. You understand? It was a rough week. If you watched any of the videos throughout the course of the week, except the interview, because that interview would have been shot like probably 3 months ago. On Tuesday, the Chris Howell interview, and the one today. You realize that I was a little bit nasal and stuffy in quite a few of them. I just try to make it work. You understand? Yeah, man. But me I do better, you know, man. Give thanks. You see me? People, there are individuals in Jamaica that are gone. Don't know how to explain it. But money, love or nothing in existence can change these individuals. You have to sort them out differently. Fair point that as well. I agree. 2 years in prison is not deterrence. But you have to pay back the money, Jaro. So I guess that is part of the reason why that sentence. Well, 2 years, a little bit for choose still, brother. I don't disagree with you. None at all. You understand? The government not serious about putting a dent in not just scamming. take away all the scammers' possession, fine them tens of millions, and give them decades in prison. All right, Jared, don't move. We're going to talk about that because the FID in recent times have been bringing many of these people to court after they have been convicted for their assets to be forfeited, and things that sometimes these things are not readily reported, but it is happening. I'm not sure how widespread it is, though. Now we need to put up for a debate if poverty actually causes crime. To me, it seems more violence pop up where there's more money compared to poor areas. Rebel white, rebel with a cause. I have said, yo, and most of them things I'm talking about Friday night, and I say Friday night say most places of them are arrest criminals these days. Upscale communities, gated neighborhoods, and these places. You understand? Poor people don't live in these communities. You understand what I say? Who say a flu? WHO would say COVID. Then me I tell a flu, me I pick it Sanomatic. Yeah, man. Do you think a 3-strike rule when it comes to crime would benefit Jamaica? Boy, not murder, because it means you'd have to commit 3 murders before we strike you. That too much. So I guess it depends on the offense. But murder and shootings, 1 strike and you're out, brother. You understand what I say? Mix up the concoction. You see me? And thing. I don't even know, yeah, man. Yeah, man, Friday night we had a very meaningful discussion about the situation currently existing. And thing, you know, a lot of these points were ventilated and things. So yeah. But me don't know, yes. I suppose it depends on the context and the situation. Because all cases are different, you know. That is why 2 men will commit murder and 1 man get 10 years and 1 man get 25 to life, because the mitigating and aggravating factors were different. The social inquiry report is different. Probably a man is a first-time offender versus a repeat offender. So all of these things are put into context, I suppose. And thing, 3 strikes, too much for some offences. That me answer too. What's up with the SOE in St. Catherine? Miss Friday's programming. It did, you know. It was declared on Friday. It will last for 14 days initially. I suppose that the government will go to Parliament seeking an extension, but the extension has to be voted for by the majority of the House, which would include members of the People's National Party also supporting the thing. So we'll see how that goes. I suppose the People's National Party will be looking at the modifications that are done or have been done in light of the ruling of the court, the Constitutional Court, in lieu of Mr. Roshaine Clarke's case. So I don't know. Murder is murder. Life is a life. Unless it's self-defense. Yeah, man. Self-defense. Self-defense is just self. I don't call self-defense murder. It's you defend yourself like. Yes, and you're put in a position where you have to defend yourself. Odari said where? Odari, what you talking about, bro? And look at poor countries. Compare their murder rates to Jamaica. When these scammers come into money, the first purchase is a gun. The crime rate in Jamaica is out of hand. 1 strike and done. Yeah. Alright, so I could talk about where Jared just spoke to. Zane? So California have 3-strike rule, and yes, it's harsh, but there needs to be a curve in violence and crime. To deter crime, the sentence must run consecutively instead of concurrently. I don't disagree with that. You understand? Would it act as a deterrent though? Probably in some cases. We use the word deterrent lightly sometimes, you know, Father Griffiths. Because we think, like, you know, we always say that you bring back hanging. See, Alton just watch her. So Alton said, bring back hanging. I used to hear man hang on Thursday in Spanish Town. Me used to stand up on French Street and hear the gallows and see and hear family members scream. It deters some people, not all right, Father Alton. Oh, big point. I have always said that the death penalty is an important tool to have at your disposal in the fight against crime. But I have contended many a times, I am on record saying that the death penalty will not be the silver bullet that many people think it will be, because the reason why people were being executed before is that them did still commit murder. Will it cause some people to reconsider committing crimes? Maybe. Will that reduction in the numbers be significant? I don't know. But I don't think that bringing back hanging will be. It's not a matter. I know it won't be the silver bullet. Will it play a part in reduction? Possibly. It may be a deterrent in some instances. But as I'm trying to say, and places around the world that still have the death penalty active, then why don't I kill people? Because people still kill people. You understand? So I don't like the death penalty will make murder cease immediately. It won't. Is it an important tool? Absolutely. Is it a silver bullet? Definitely not. You understand? So, criminal lifestyle is too glamorous to the youths these days. That's a good point as well, you know. If these people are scamming and not being violent, the government would turn a blind eye. My opinion. We are entitled to that, definitely. Criminals seem to have more rights, empathy, and support more than the police in Jamaica. I have never seen a demonstration when a police gets killed. Empress, wisdom. That's words of wisdom. Imagine the youths were scamming and not killing each. Imagine if the youths were scamming and not killing each other. It's life, but people, not people no more. I think it would reduce the numbers, one salary thing. But reducing the number is relative, you know, brother. Reducing the number by 1 and 2 is a reduction, but it's by 1 and 2. You understand? So what kind of reduction would we? Are you saying if one man is deterred, that is reason enough to bring back? I mean, that's one viewpoint as well, and I can accept that. But are we talking about a significant reduction for the Alton? It's either we drive fear in criminals with stronger laws and penalties, or we just have to trample on people's rights in order to. But trample on people's rights is a ticklish thing, you know. Rebel with a cause, you never on fire tonight, you know. You understand? You see, that's something there with the human rights groups now, the JFJs, and you know what I mean, the political landscape and all of these things. That's not going to happen. You understand? So I don't know about trampling on people's rights. What I will probably say and have a conversation about is, you know, coming to the people, explaining to us the situation for those who don't understand, and trying to have a discussion about us understanding that we have to make some sacrifices. But the trampling on the rights, the rough, bro. You understand? But we have to have a honest, frank discussion about this, and people get very upset when these conversations come up. You understand? Right now I feel like I'm there stream for you all night. And I say I want to there come spend here, you know. You understand? But the chat go on. I like the chat. Some parents have 5 kids and no father around to teach the kids right from wrong. Well, I guess some mothers are supposed to be auntie. I don't know. No, some you know, like Mr. Mega cheat with this. Nearly $2 billion traced to criminal activities in the last 18 months. So speaking to what Jara was suggesting just now, he's saying that, you know, you have to start see some assets and things. So, you know, I was explaining to him that it is happening. Is it widespread enough currently? Possibly no. Is it forceful enough at the moment? Very possibly no. Zane, yeah man, believe me teacher, it would be a significant reduction when the youth hear about death row. Nothing try, nothing done. Yeah, but what me I try to say to you for the Alton, me get that. But the reason why people were being executed before is because the man them did still kill people. You understand what I say? Are you saying that less people were going through back then? Maybe, I don't know. Zane, me I hear what you say still, bro. With all the scamming money, Jamaica should look like Dubai. Yeah, but J.A. corrupted up to get your money washed. Then you here not even consider a future for them offsprings. The man is living on the know, brother. Manners and respect from Canada to all the awakened brothers and sisters. Empress GTV, blessings. Auntie. So, I could treat with the article because it kind of tie in with a lot of what we have been discussing so far. And I have to bring some other to the class. So I can't, I know the bright and have a lot of questions, but then the lesson still have to teach. Like, yeah, so make we balance it. Like. So over the last 18 months, Jamaican financial investigators have tracked down nearly $2 billion in assets they believe were acquired through illicit activities. The assets, mainly real estate, are included in 27 asset forfeiture or money laundering investigations completed by the Financial Investigations Division since January last year, the agency confirmed. Now, 40% of the cases involved drug trafficking, 30% involved lottery scamming. You see what I go on, Jaro? 15% involved money laundering, while fraud and cybercrimes account for 11 and 4% respectively. The total value of criminal benefits derived from the defendants in these cases was $1.69 billion or US $356,000, approximately 54.3 million Jamaican dollars. It is clear that the ill-gotten gains being derived from criminal activities are quite significant and pose a real threat to the stability of the country, as the illicit funds are reinvested in organized crime and also has the potential to distort activities in the productive sector, said Principal Director of FID Keith Darien. 30% involved in lottery scamming low. I agree with that to Rosa still, but you have to start at 30 for reach 60, you know. You understand? You have to pass 30 for reach 60. Israeli scammers making billions of scamming, but Israeli scammers not killing each other compared to Jamaican scammers. Further, the real estate industry has been long viewed as fertile ground for the criminal underworld to rinse the profits from their nefarious activities. Real estate developers do not currently fall under the Proceeds of Crimes Act and therefore have no legal obligation to file suspicious transactions report or apply anti-money laundering due diligence when dealing with their clients, experts noted. Already, 20 case files from the asset forfeiture investigations have been completed and placed before the Supreme Court, with applications for the assets to be forfeited to the state through POCA, the FID disclosed. Now, Sanja Elliott, the former public official who was sentenced to 5 years in prison for stealing $40 million, Sanjay Elliott from the Manchester Municipal Corporation, Andrea Gordon, the former National Commercial Bank senior manager, who was given a 7-year prison sentence for fleecing her employees of $34 million, are among the persons whose assets have been targeted by the FID. The FID said over the 18-month period, and Rosie, so the 30% too is over an 18-month period too. So it's not, you understand? So bear that in mind. And think, all politicians come around here broke. No, them are billionaires and them still have them assets. But in fairness though, DeAndre, then most of the politicians, they know businessmen and lawyers and doctors and they sitting there before them coming into politics. Me just ask, you understand, think about it, like, and be fair in your thoughts now. See, most of them are businessmen and lawyers and doctors and then something there, you know. So me not think all politicians coming at the thing broke and hungry. You understand? In fairness to politicians, we know that a lot of hanky-pankiness go on in the political directorate, political landscape, and the fleecing of taxpayers' money and misappropriation of taxpayers' money has been a thing for time immemorial. That's how you go. That's it there, yeah. So me get that. But again, as we said, we are trying to bring some balance to the thing. Father DeAndre, King Harris, teach them, read the death penalty. We have also, remember, innocent people have been killed, then found innocent after so. The JCF capacity is lacking. I feel a lot of innocent people will be killed. Right, so investigate. Yeah, fair point. That's a fair point too. And also, one of the things with the death penalty is that in order for you to be executed, you have to be executed within a specific time frame after being sentenced to death. And if the man them appeal the thing, that appeal process can take a whole heap of little nuances. You understand? So, I don't know. So, yeah, DeAndre, so I guess I'm playing devil's advocate now. I'm just ask, you understand? I would hope so. Cookie Mama Andrew, wife is in real estate, prayer. Auntie. Yeah, so, yeah. I could go on. if couple Dans was on death row, then they would give up some information, and that would help crime reduction. But yes, one of the next thing of these days, yeah, we know a lot of gang conflicts are taking place. But sometimes, some of them gang are really not done business and just some little man I try to flex a muscle, brother. So sometimes, most of the man them these days when they make some money, and I like, sometimes I just some mercenary, brother. They're not even an organized space, some of the man them. But me get what you say still. These prison time are walk in the park. That's a part of the problem, Jaro. Hence, things like the Firearms Act is in front of Parliament being modified, and sentencing guidelines for that as well. So, I mean, a few things are being done. In some instances, allegedly pace. But we are so far behind that we need to be pressing. Press along, saints, press along. I don't know, Empress used to happy Father's Day to all the original Supermen. And thing. The Minister of Spanish Town said out of her own mouth she don't know of any crime in her constituency. Oh, I think you're referring to Maria to Agwan Broski. Richie, that's a conflict of interest. I don't know. Richie and Rosie B. I am well aware about the lad. There's Stonewall. Come down, cheat X. Police, they need body camera to tell the truth. And every time the police right and criminal wrongs. Which is true, Father Jerome. You're absolutely correct. That's a fact. You see me? It's a fact. Definitely. One strike on murder. Other petty crime can be 3 strikes. However, tougher penalty for serious crimes and making an example out of people who do gun crimes and any sort. Yeah. Miguel J. Yeah. Don't look to Spanish Town, politician. You solve no crime problem. I know why I said that. Auntie. Man, they are prison posed with Hennessy and money making music. Conjugal visits. That is why the youths them not stop. Boy, Pratt and Morgan. Yeah, the Pratt and Morgan case, that kind of helped. But the death penalty is still on the book. There was a vote in, I think, 2004 to keep it on the books. It just hasn't been utilized and thing. I did a thing about the Pratt and Morgan thing when I was treating with the death penalty. I did a series of videos recently about that and things. So, yeah, man. Father Burke, you're spot on. So, make we finish up this and thing. Which one would there, so? The FID said over the 18-month period, it has obtained forfeiture orders in 7 cases for assets valued at over $142.4 million. There are ongoing out-of-court settlement talks between attorneys for the FID and defendants in 4 other cases, the agency said. Now, 46 post-conviction asset forfeiture investigations are still active, while the FID and its partners, the Constabulary Financial Unit and the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Division, CTOC, are pursuing over 170 money laundering cases. In one of the cases that ended last Monday, Manchester businesswoman Eva Mae Sterling, 61 years old, her son Nicholas Chang and sister Marlene Ledford were ordered by a judge to surrender to the state 5 properties that were purchased between 2012 and 2014 for approximately $105 million. I spoke about this on Friday, but during her first court appearance in 2017, the FID claimed that the properties were purchased from the proceeds of drug trafficking activities carried out by a close relative who was convicted in the United States in 2013. Among the real estate forfeited by the trio is a 602-acre beachfront property in Paroti, St. Elizabeth. Paroti, I'm not sure about the pronunciation. Registered in Ledford's name, which was purchased in November of 2012 for $74 million, investigations have revealed. The other properties are located in Smith's Run, Clarendon, Round Hill in St. Elizabeth, Boscobel in St. Mary, and Civil Meadows in St. Catherine, Records show. The FID claimed, however, that based on its calculations in keeping with the Proceeds of Crime Act, the total financial benefit derived by Sterling, Chang and Ledford amounted to $288 million. This includes significant expenditure on the acquisition of motor vehicles, farm supplies, and the conversion of approximately US $370,000 in cash to Jamaican currency at a foreign exchange deal at the agency charge. Now, sources claimed too that a St. Andrew apartment and several high-end motor vehicles registered to the trio were hastily disposed of after they got wind of the FID money laundering investigations. Sterling was fined $300,000, $300,000, wow, or 9 months imprisonment and 12 months in prison, suspended for 2 years after she pleaded guilty to money laundering charges in the corporate area criminal court last month. Similar charges were dismissed against Ledford and Chang following Sterling's plea deal, really. So a restraint order has been placed on several properties and other assets traced to Elliott, barring him from disposing of them. His asset forfeiture hearing is on hold pending the outcome of the appeal against his conviction. Now, real estate developers were flagged in a National Risk Assessment Report for Jamaica, which was published last August. From a review of the STR, which is Suspicious Transaction Report, data and the criminal investigations that have been conducted, developers feature in a number of the investigations concerning money laundering, said the report, which covers 2016 to the 2019 calendar year. It noted, too, that concerns have been raised about the proof of financing provided by a small percentage of developers. The primary concern is that real estate developers may use their operations to legitimize ill-gotten gains, given the lack of supervision, the report said. Taking all this into consideration, the MLF-TF, which is the money laundering and terrorism financing threats and vulnerability posed by developers, have been assessed as high. But the Realtors Association of Jamaica defended its members, saying they adhere to the highest standards of professionalism. Our members practice within the ambit of the law, and we have no knowledge of any member who is engaged in such activities or willingly and knowingly condones such activities, said Pierre Shirley, president of the association, in an email response to Sunday Gleaner reporters. Shirley said members are held accountable to our code of ethics. We are not a law enforcement agency, and as such are not in a position to hold our members accountable to unsubstantiated allegations with respect to breaches of the law, he said. If a member, however, has been found guilty of any breaches of the law, and specifically with respect to the practice of real estate, then that may be grounds for disciplinary action up to and including termination. So the FID said Jamaica has made significant progress in addressing the 13 strategic deficiencies identified by the FATF and is on track to exit the grey list next year. Yeah, so we were pin the paper link, bro. Okay. Thanks, sis. So let me do that. So we were put on a list, a grey list, by, I don't even remember who it was, not so long ago. And apparently there were 13 areas of concern, and the FID is saying that they are in the process of treating with those concerns. So I don't know. Bad mind and laziness, biggest instigations on the Jamaican society. Them two prevalent among the people. You know, so funny enough, I was having a conversation with Scotty today. Well, I did an interview yesterday, Zane, and the artist said to me that, him said to somebody, say, he might do teach him interview tomorrow or today, in the morning. And the person's retort was that, yeah, and man, they get no views on YouTube, and I make enough money, So, I was saying to Scotty that, look here, you see, in Jamaica, that's why some things can never change, What is me I say for my screen here, sir? Let me see, some things can never change because some people are so concerned with what other people are doing or making instead of trying to do something or make something for themselves. You understand what I say? So, to support Alton Fisher's statement, some people just sit down and focus on what other people are doing, what other people are making. You see? and they are doing nothing to try and make some money for themselves. You understand? Then, yeah, me get some views and me make some money. It's work, me at work. You understand? I'm not idle, me come here idle. Me not come here to falsify nothing. Me not come here to spread gossip and sus and I make accusations and assertions that me can't verify. I am working. So, based on the work that I have been putting in, you know, I have been making some money commensurate to the amount of work that I do. Then, go try to do the same thing, man, and move up. So, as Alton say, you know, people just, boy, I don't know. The time you sit down and wonder what the next man, go try and make some money to, man. You see me? Rosie B, you hear what them say about our teach. Hey. But I mean, cookie substance over hype. You know, I saw a thing, Richie. But you know, I saw a lady cookie. Let me tell you some of the artists them now. I mean, I haven't interviewed some people because them say you have to pay them, and that will never happen. Yeah, so let me say so. They one of them things. So, yeah, man, all I say, yo, when them do BBC interview, let me say, brother, BBC and teach them. Come on, do the maths. Think about the thing. What you really said to me? You understand? One heap of sitting. Them need the interview to feel, man, go on where you go. Can I look like you're not sensible? So, we treat with a lot of things. We just don't say a lot of things. You understand? We just keep smiling and moving on. And many of the times them come around when them talk to our next artist or do the interview and them say the man live a dub plate studio for months and them say the man things start change again and booking start come out and show start do and more people are reach out for interview. Then you see them start call teach them phone. But teach them is here. Teach them will answer him phone. You understand what I say? Teach them will come to the interview. You understand? This is not a problem. Just let me know and then Scotty will start fix the interview. Miss Ermali, big up yourself. People just love watch people. Rather than saying proud of teacher working hard. No, nobody knows to see you work hard. Nobody knows to see you work hard. You know, people just want to see where you're there. No. But them don't know the sleepless nights that I have had. You understand? They don't know me sitting down in front of computers, editing our computers where I can't see nothing funny because that's a problem. And my eyes start mash up. My eyesight start mash up. You understand? Them don't know the days when I have to wake up. Go to school with getting 1 hour sleep or less with me eye them red like a car brake light. You understand? Them don't know them days there. They don't know the days them where but they are school and between classes me I do research, we got to interview after work. I come in late. We are upload same way we gone and they don't know them something there. They don't. Then just teach them. But we work hard, man. But I mean, them alright. Them is quite fine. We okay. There will always be somebody to interview. Yes, and so we just keep a thing on the level there. As skill as a teach them. Make sure the message I reach them. Yeah, man. So me I say, yo, people not easy. Then, brother, of course, me I work. Let them talk. Substance over I. Because myself play the cookie. I appreciate that. You see, it's work, we are work, you know. We don't come here come idle. You understand? We have made considerable sacrifices. And we have paid our dues. We put in the work. So, if I am benefiting and my family is benefiting from my work, then what is the problem? Go do some work, make you and your family benefit from the work. You see? I mean, I said, they look how people like, yo, Jaja, yes, teacher, work can get paid. The issues, work, work. It's legal and honest gains. Yeah. Them don't know about the smartphone that was the only video recorder. They don't know about that, brother. They don't know about when me look up on the phone, so I'm looking at camera light, the little light on the back of the phone there, so and look down on the tablet screen, me blind. Yo, they don't know, brother, from the world map days. You know me have a world map, run one place there. I need to frame it to the kind of other frame. And we have a phone runners and we have a tablet. They don't know them something, man. Them is alright. Yeah, man. They don't know when people say, yo, big head boy, move from your but you're a teacher and you can't read. Go sell bag juice and banana chips and try farming. They don't know them. They don't know, man. Yeah, man, with my world map and the breaker box over that side there and sitting there. They don't know. They don't know. But, you know, I think, instead of them use the thing as an example, to see a youth, you know, put in the work For the person who contributed via PayPal earlier, I appreciate the support. Blessings every time. And above all, I appreciate the contribution. So I just, you know, I am not a flashy youth. I just do what I have to do. Take care of me, I have to take care of. Help who I can help. And we just keep it going. And them don't know when I did that say, teach. They don't know that, Richie. They don't know when you did that say that. You're right. They don't know that, brother. Hey, you Joan Ashman, good night. I think it's on Joan. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And I think it's the first time I'm seeing you here, so welcome. I appreciate the support. Alton, big up yourself, you know, bro. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. So please, I could continue. Somebody just share with you. Say people not easy. So as Alton I said, that's one of the problems. People spend so much time worrying about where next man have instead of spend some time. I try to get something. If me did sit down and worry about the man them what did I do this before me, where them have, then I wouldn't be here, sir. You understand? I want to be here saying I never sit down and worry about when a man have. Me just put in some work. You understand? Take the knocks, take the disappointments. You understand? Go through the struggles and till with the wish I would here, so it never happen overnight. You see me? It's a lot. Whenever I decide to share my story, then some of the things you will be amazed about, like, but we just press along. You understand? And we here. We give thanks, man. You understand? So, nothing not change. I did teach us. I same one. Not change. We just do the work. And we have been blessed. You understand? The work that we have put in over the years. We have built a community. You understand? You have some people, if me not stream for one night, them a call on my phone. You understand? That is the level of community that we have built. You see me? If me not upload video for one day, like teach or go on, that is the level. You see me? I say? Among other things I'm going to need to get into. You have some of my viewers and subscribers and what take care of me, like really and truly take care of me. Because I appreciate the work, but we don't need to come and road come say anything. We just appreciate it and we keep moving. You have some people, if they come to Jamaica, them not leaving until them to teach them. Them not left. See, that is people developing a sense of appreciation for you and what you do, and they know that they can trust the things that you say. And even when you make mistakes, as you do because you're a human, they understand that you will be the first to put up your hand and say, yo, that was a mistake and I was wrong. It took a time to build a community like that. It's a lot of hard work. You understand? I never complain. I do it. I do it. Day in, day out. I do it. So when a man a pray the thing, they don't do that, brother. You try to do it too. And I am also willing to help and guide you to doing it. You understand what I say? So I just saw the thing go. You see me? Yeah, worry about. Nah, brother. No worry about it. Try emulate it. You understand? Nothing wrong with that. Hey, but make a move on. Exactly. If I was worrying about other JPS and what people think of what I do, I wouldn't be making so much people Jamaica Port Service, think of yourself. I will interview you when you already teach. Alright, be impressive. You understand? Yo, Ajay say you belong to us. So, Chanel, how are you? It's good to see you. Go and make people happy, my friend. You know what thing go? You make overseas patrons know what's happening. Yeah, man. You know what thing go? So we just keep doing the work. You understand? Keep doing the work. And just so I think. So make move on. So speaking to Jara, because he had made a very valid point about we're not being hard enough on criminals and seizing assets. So I was saying that, you know, the FID has been doing some work. Do they need more resources, human resources, to treat with the current situation? Yeah. But you know, we have to give thanks to small mercies, you know. Zane. And each case is one more case. Sorry. And each forfeiture success that they have is one more. And we have to give thanks. Because you know the thing go. So So yeah, man, not my first time. I love your reasoning skills of how you interview the artist then. When it's general degree. You know, the thing with general, and I can't tell you at time, Zane, but we have spoken about it. It should have happened a long time, but for various reasons it did not happen. You understand? But it will happen, man. It will happen. But I can't tell you when. These things sometimes it's just when the time is right, when the vibe right, when the art is ready, when teach available. Because that's the thing, you know, sometimes they have artists where I wait months before the interview. And likewise, I have to wait months sometimes for some artists to be available. You understand what I mean? I said that was a thing about. I intend, like, let me put it this way, I intend to interview as many artists who have made significant contributions and contributions in various ways to the industry. See? And not just artists, people who have made significant contribution to Jamaica, positive contribution. Yeah, so I don't just intend to interview artists. It's just that we don't really get into that part, that side I think they get still. Slowly and Turkish style, slow and steady with the race. You understand? You can't add everything to the... I never started streaming until about 3 years after I started YouTube. You can't add everything one time. You understand? You pace yourself, and burnout is a real thing too. I have suffered from that. As I said, when I share my story, like I have been burnt out before. Like absolutely spent. But we just keep fighting, and whilst the upload may have reduced for a while, we kept the channel on a level same way. And the thing is that based on the work that I do, a week or two can pass and the channel is still okay. You understand? We're not like some people have to upload every single day. I mean, we try to, but sometimes it's not possible. You understand? Because sometimes between work, between preparing for an interview, between having a young child in the house, going on to shoot the interviews, editing interviews, it's just not possible sometimes. But we try to keep the thing on a level. You understand? So we have built a body of work that can sustain itself for a while. You understand? We just want to keep building and building and building and building and building it. You see me? So, you know the thing. But we take our time and we try to pace yourself. But I know what burnout is. You understand? Having a full-time job and doing YouTube as my second, because from early out, I saw it as that and I treated it as such. I treated it as a job, as a business. Zine, not just as a hustle. You understand? So I work 2 jobs. Zine, and it hasn't been easy. You understand? I am just coming back. I call the phone and a youth. Me never get you. So it look like your phone work on your internet, and I was using my credit to call you. So it wasn't a WhatsApp call. So I don't know, I'm to your phone. Like your phone went with the internet. I'm glad you're alright still. I just there talk off my face. You understand? So, yeah, man. FID our Jaro, very valid concern, Zane, and I would have reported, people cussing me say would have. I have reported on a number of cases where the FID have sought forfeiture or has won forfeiture cases, and people have been made to pay for their crimes. You understand? Just the message coming in. Okay. Something. Now worry yourself, sis. I'm gonna pay for your work, said we, man. Yeah, I'm a G, you know. Yeah, you give up. Everything alright, man. As I said, we have to sort out the internet once and for all. Probably just get it upgraded and get a hardwire connection to where you stream from. So, and the hardwire part is on me too. My fault that why not do it still. So alright, but don't worry about it. No. Crime triggers increase in, there have been discussions about making all Jamaicans become licensed firearm holders or giving weapons and permits to all well-thinking and abiding Jamaican citizens. That discussion has been going on and things. So I came across this article and I read it. I found it very intriguing. And it says that the crime situation in Jamaica has triggered an increase in shooting range training. So the proliferation of crime in the country has resulted in a sharp uptick in licensed gun holders going to the Woodley shooting range in Maypen, Clarendon for firearm competence training. Howard Brown, the owner of the range, told reporters that the clients have been coming in, especially on a Sunday. He said what they have been relating is that they need to brush up on their shooting skills so that if the need to defend themselves arises, criminals will not hold an advantage over them. What we are seeing now is an upsurge in persons attending the range, and this is not new, and I am not surprised because over the years, as the crime situation starts to escalate and the people feel it is reaching closer to home, so to speak, they will be interested in coming to the range just to increase their skill. Well, their skill level or maintain a certain level of competence. It's most definitely so. The track record speaks for itself, said Brown. We are seeing that now the numbers have increased since the start of the year, and especially female licensed firearm holders are getting involved. We are now seeing a lot of activity as it relates to persons coming and wanting to practice. So the males are the dominant gender, but we are seeing an increase in the number of female licensed firearm holders now who are coming and wanting to get the training done, he added. Now, statistics from the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA, revealed that over the past 5 years, 8,278 applicants were granted firearm licenses. Of that number, 898 were female and 7,380 were males. Now, apart from the Jamaica Rifle Association and the Jamaica Skeet Club, which are members-only clubs, Woodley Shooting Range is the oldest public shooting range in the island. The range is known for the annual Emancipation Pistol Championship, which had its first staging in 2011. Brown, also a certified range operator, told reporters that the clients visiting for a training frequently share concerns about the crime situation. Some of them know they are not competent because they have not been visiting the range as they should, he said. We live on an island and it is smaller than we think. It is because you know somebody who is related to somebody, or you know somebody who used to go to school with somebody. So once crime happens down the road, or it happens in the neighborhood, or just if it is too much in general, people get that fear factor, he said. Brown said even during the curfew hours imposed as part of the government's COVID-19 containment measures between 2020 and 2022, people were still showing up at the range. In 2020, there were 1,323 murders recorded across the country. The following year, 1,463. Now, during the pandemic, we were on and off. The attendance fluctuated because we had a lockdown on some Sundays. That hindered range activities because most persons find Sunday as a better day to actually come to the range. And when you have a complete lockdown, the range is dead. And then we moved to a curfew and we had to close off by midday. I'm not sure I'm reading the rest of this, but alright. But the flip side to that is that persons come out during that period because, of course, after the lockdown, in the weeks as well, persons just wanted to come out and relax and do some recreational stuff. The range got good support and thing. So it kind of long. So many people are taking... Exactly, they run like... many licensed firearm holders are taking to the range to sharpen their skills and in some cases to become more competent. In the event that they need to defend themselves, they are at an advantage because we know the fact that many of the men who are committing crimes are not the best shooters and things. So if you have a licensed firearm holder who is very competent, chances are a licensed firearm holder will win a gunfight, especially if the numbers are equal. You understand? If a 1 versus 1, you understand? And sometimes I'll more than that, and if him competent enough and quick enough, him still win or she still win. So many people are feeling the crime strain and are fearful enough that not only they are licensed firearm holders, but they are going to the ranges to improve their skills. Yeah? That is where we are at the moment. You see me? And thing. Yeah, peeps. As I said, I have interview for edit and I have interview for prepare for tomorrow. So I now go overdo the thing, Zane, and them something. So I'm gonna leave it here. So and just to wrap up the point that I was making about people paying attention to what you have versus trying to get something for themselves. Zane, I have done the years sacrifice greatly to acquire a lot of the equipment that I have, both interview and studio stuff. And you know, one of the dreams that I had along my YouTube journey is to one day to do a studio tour. You know them what them big YouTubers do and show them studio and them thing and you know affiliate links and Ray and T because I am an Amazon affiliate. I don't even know if they close the account yet. I have to go check. You understand? So but you need to start post me affiliate links in the description. So I go click here and me get like one cent off I think one buy. No cost no more but something. And I have decided not to do that because we live in a country where people won't look at it. Some people look at it and say, yo, well done youth. We appreciate and respect and we see the growth and the progress. But we live in a country where and it shouldn't be me showing off our flex. It is just me working hard, having a vision, you understand, putting in the work and having the support of my viewers and my community. And I would have acquired some stuff. And you know, I have decided not to do that video because some people look at it and get the wrong impression from it. That is just the country we live in. Teach, pay your dues and build a wonderful brand, bro. Don't change it. No, man. No, when I say Andrew Spence, not change. I will always be me, always be as fair as I can and objective as I can. Beat who forget beat, big up who forget big up, and just keep the thing on a level. Remain as respectful as I am allowed to because sometimes some people really and tug at your respect string, you know, and you have to fight and walk away like. But I try to be as respectful. But I don't walk around and disrespect people in general. Scotty will tell us if I walk past everybody and tell them morning or afternoon. That's just my personality. You understand? And worse, if you say teach them, me now pass and not hear you properly and make you know so I appreciate the respect. But back to the YouTube studio setup type thing. I have just decided to shelve that idea and thing. And I mean, there are a lot of things that I have been wanting to do. I mean, just say, you know what? Nah. You understand? I have also thought about, you know, making a video about my process, how I go about making a video, or how I go about preparing for an interview, or how I go about the whole interview process from making the link, doing the research, setting up the gear, interview, edit, upload, premiere, the whole jazz. But some people will look at it sometime and I say, you know what? Sometimes you just make some things go on. If you have a slingshot, you can make some of these criminals run with them gun. You understand? Or a piece of hose. Although people are saying not hose and thing. I mean, I'm not get into that. So, I am very cognizant of the space I operate in. You understand? I just keep the thing on a level. And as I said, I am not a flashy person. You will see me on the road and I not go dirty. But I'm a simple youth. Like one of the things I've been treating with recently is that when people tell people say them know me, I'm gonna be, what you know teach them? Me's a simple youth. Me's a regular youth. You understand? Just a big head boy from country. You understand? So me I say then, boy, I guess some people have some perception like me go do the interview that I did yesterday. I did it up by Dotty Rocks, Sean Paul place. Zane, and when I went in there, you know, Sean's brother was there. I never Sean Paul me interview. Let me get it out there, because next people are going to say, yeah, yes, I teach him interview. It wasn't Sean Paul. You understand? And Jig said, yeah, man, super. I said, no, bro, man. I am not a star. I mean, the program is popular, but me just a regular youth. Like, me tell people that on a regular basis. You understand? Me know man where know me and then tell people find out so them know me. Well, you know, your teachers are regular, what you mean? Him man an alien, me just a regular youth family. You understand? I am the most down to earth, easygoing person in the world. You understand? I want to see me here, so I am very structured and stern and firm sometimes. But my personality is very playful. Me's a serious youth. Now get that wrong, you know. But generally, man, me's a easy. People may be here now in the stream that see me on the road and hail me. The only way me not stop and come unless me can't stop. If I drive me fine or me I drive past that different. We still have a hail a man. But if me there stand a man, me I cross man, big up yourself, me G, big up yourself, Empress. So I appreciate this. That is just me. Because I want to make the thing work. You understand me? I say, oh no, me go place and people I say for sign. I mean, sign. When me need to sign an autograph, be a regular youth man. You don't need my autograph, man. You just go and support the thing, man. I appreciate it, man. You don't need, but when me walk up and write on people things. So no, you understand? As we say, we says a simple little youth. You understand? I try to be very humble. Yeah, you know, all we have a look weaknesses and things about us where, you know what I mean, not perfect. Like, we have that too, but we just try to keep it in on a level way. You understand? It is a joy to see the work being appreciated. It's a joy. You see some man, like, I went to interview, to do an interview up by the R Hotel recently. And when we finished the interview, the person who I interviewed, you know what I mean, we went to have something to eat and we see a G. Well, he saw me and he said, teach them. And, you know, naturally we are walk over. And the man up on the phone and the man call him G same time and I said, brother, you know, the man they watch the thing every day. We appreciate them things. We appreciate them people. Yeah, so I said, so I remember I went somewhere one day and a young lady was here. I think she was here from the United States on vacation. Relatively young lady, you know. And the girl walked me down across the place around to like. So I said, she watched the thing, them, she appreciated it. All she wanted was a picture. I mean, you know, me is not the most handsome person. But me say, alright, me probably look good on that camera. I take a one, it is just a joy. That is just me. You understand me? I say, we appreciate the ones them, man. And as me, I say, people, just use teach as an example, man. And don't worry about what me I do or what me I make. You understand? I make what is my work is deserving of. Know that. You understand? We put in the work, man. And appreciate that. Peeps, big up on yourself. We're there. Another week. Big up to all of the fathers them. You understand what I say? We don't get the amount of love where we forget sometimes the man that we really try to do it. It's a struggle. You see me? But the youths them need we. The mothers need us. The country needs us. You understand what I say? Make we continue to try as best as possible to instill values and discipline in our children. You understand? And as I always tell people, be the father that you wanted. It's all of us growing up, Zane, who especially never have a father figure around, we had that idea of the man who we wanted to be our father, the characteristic that they should have. Always try to be to your children the father that you wanted. Zane, so that is my thing. We try to forgive the youth when we never have. Zane, not overly, because we're not spoiling the youth neither. Zane, but we just try to put in the work to be better than our parents and give our youths a more comfortable life than the one that we had growing up. You see me? So that is what we're out here doing. You understand? And yeah, big up the fathers them. Respect to the man them. You understand? You know, so we live in a mother's world. That is just the reality of it. Zane. But the ones them we are stand up beside them spouse and them wife and them baby mothers. You know, some of the ladies, the mothers of your children. You understand? And beside the youths them, big up to the ones them. You understand what I say? Big up to the ones them. Zane, ladies, when you have good man in your life, you have to treat them good too. You understand? Because you don't want to complain, say, man them this and the man them that, and not treat the man them good night, you know. Well, ladies them over here, so I talk to you ladies them on the side. You don't need to treat the man them good. And as I say, on Father's Day, you can't give man them just the same things. You want to give them for birthday and Valentine's Day and then sitting and add something else to your Father's Day thing too. You understand? Big up to the ones them. Peeps, enjoy your week. Have a productive week. I will see you on Tuesday at 7:30. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look for it. Get book for it. Think Suko from 121 will be on Tuesday coming. So look out for that. You understand? General, big up yourself in a bro scheme. Man, as I respect you now. So big up to everybody in here. If you're here for the first time, welcome to the Teach Them family. Welcome to the platform. We appreciate your support. For the people who have been here from the beginning, big up on yourself. All of the day 1 people, them the day 2, the day 10, the day 15, the day 50. everybody big up on yourself. You understand what I say? Well, I appreciate the support. I want to make the thing work. You see it? Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate the ones them in real life. And if you ever meet me, you know, you will understand how appreciative I am when me know say, yo, you support the thing. Peeps, have a wonderful and productive week. Be safe. Zine, make somebody smile. Stop complaining about trivial things. Zine, we are blessed beyond measures. Because even though we complain about not having this or not having that or wanting this or wanting that, we are doing better than thousands, in some cases hundreds of thousands of people. So I could give thanks for what we have, you understand, and try to get some more and help those who we can. You understand what I say? Yeah, man, and help not be have to be nothing big, you buy nobody house or car. Sometimes a word of encouragement, sometimes a little lunch, sometimes a bus fare, sometimes a pat on the shoulder, sometimes a smile, sometimes a greeting can change somebody's day completely. You understand? Yeah, man, give thanks. Appreciate what you have and try to bless somebody if that is possible. What good? Step with Jah. Thanks to all the people who contributed financially tonight. I know I work hard in a sun, snow, sleet, hail, mist, dew, fog. You understand? The 7 elements of weather. Big up on yourself. They appreciate you. Let me just say, look while. 7 elements of weather, no. No. Zine, we appreciate you though. You understand? So all of the people who work all about the place. So we all get all here when I went by a thing. You see me I say? I appreciate the support. Big up on yourself and thing. We go on and listen upon that one next time when I remember it. Guidance. Ashman, big up yourself. You see me? And thing. Think them things are 7 forms of precipitation: snow, sleet, hail, mist, dew, fog, right? So the 7 elements are weather: temperature, cloud cover, wind, Mr. Temperature already, seeing atmospheric pressure. I don't even remember what of them in my head right now. That's I get old. Precipitation. I don't remember them. But one next time. So yeah, big up on yourself, peeps. Art of love. Walk good. Step with Jah. Safe travel on the gravel. I'm out.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Teach Dem Radio Show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until the next episode, check out the Teach Dem YouTube channel for more good things from the yard. Also, we'd appreciate a rating for this episode. Until next time, walk good, my friends.